welcome to this episode. So my name is Alex, and today we will explore together how you can reimagine the way you deliver service. So let's have some fun together and discuss approximately 1 hour about Dynamics customer service, about omnichannel, about very interesting features that were added to this app in the last year in order to be able to create an all-in-one digital contact center. And actually, if you don't have experience at all with Dynamics customer service, it's not a problem. You will understand, I would say, not everything, but half of it, and definitely I hope that I can trigger your interest. But if you have interest, or if you already have experience with Dynamics customer service, I believe this is a great session also for you, because there is so much going with this app in the last year. So definitely stay tuned in order to hear about what it does. Good. Before starting and discussing about the technical concepts, let's focus the idea of why do we need to care about service? Why is service important? And actually, customer service expectations, if we're looking from a consumer point of view, increased a lot. So customers expect today more personalized experience. So they want everything in a personal way. And actually, if something goes bad, 60% of the consumers say, I will not purchase anymore. I hate that company. I will not do business anymore with that company. So it's not surprising, but that the other way around works. So if you have loyal customers, if you have customers that feel empowered when they are using your service or consuming your service, there is a 4 times more higher chance that they will return and be your loyal customers, and actually they will tell also to their friends and families what a great company you are. So think about some companies that you love, think about the reasons why you purchase and repurchase for them, and then try to implement it within your service organization. And by looking at these successful companies, what are they doing? So in order to deliver this exceptional service, they want to become a brand. They want to empower their teams to make every session the best experience for the customer, no matter if there is an escalation or a query or a sales call. Definitely you need to be engaged and be the best company in the world. And actually, when we're looking at proactivity, well, this is something that often it's not considered by service organizations. Usually service organizations respond from a reactive point of view, but we will see together today how Dynamics customer service and omnichannel can shift a little bit the way of thinking and become more proactive and building a more proactive service. Good. So if we're looking also at some roadblocks and holdups from delivering exceptional service, what do you think? What can those be? So when we look at the customer level on the front end, they are getting like reactive service. They have to repeat themselves. Think about point of time when you were waiting on a call center more than 5 minutes in order to get an agent to solve, or at least to have someone speak with. And actually we all know how the calls can be deferred, or how calls can be transferred to a live agent, to another, in order to get the right person. And actually this is one pain point that a lot of service organizations have. You are not alone. At the contact center side, so agents are constantly juggling with multiple applications, with siloed data. They're inundated with different calls, maybe sometimes also chats and calls at the same time. They always feel that they don't have the time to respond or to do the proper research. And actually, a lot of service centers are short-staffed. So it's really important to consider that there are also contact center pain points that need to be solved by very strong service solution. And we'll look today how Dynamics Customer Service works. Thirdly, and last but not least, also supervisors are in a lot of stress from poor customer satisfaction score, from unhappy customers, and actually low agent performances. Sometimes they have to rehire, retrain very fast. The turnover rate is very high. So also with the workforce that nowadays is not anymore in the same office. Actually, we speak about a virtual workforce. A lot of service agents are working from home and they have to collaborate with each other. And sometimes even if there are some tools in order to empower collaboration, well, the workforce is not collaborating enough, let's say like this. But again, we will see how Dynamics Customer Service and Omnichannel addresses this issues. Okay, so to get the heart of the problem, it's the disjoint multi-vendor apps, and that is stopping you from delivering a fully personalized service. You might know that there are a lot of solutions like CRM systems and contact center service systems, unified communication services, and so on, that they work together. But often there are some integration challenges or maybe some synchronization or compatibility that are preventing service centers to have or to offer the best service that they do. And Microsoft did a step forward in order to deliver the best service by combining everything within one digital contact center. So now you don't have to use different apps and services. Microsoft did a great place of having a holistic view of the digital contact center, and we will see how you can increase the agent productivity, improve the customer service, and also have a more competent service organization by using Dynamics Customer Service and Omnichannel. And Microsoft understands the role that service plays from a business perspective and how you can reimagine your operations by delivering the top service within your organization. So instead of looking at service only as a cost center or from a customer support or call center perspective, Microsoft understood how this can be a life or a game changer and helps how you can increase your satisfaction and how you can transform each customer touch point in a sales opportunity. And there are some ways to unlock the real-time data and the customer insights, and we'll have some use cases, for instance, how to deliver the omnichannel engagement, how to find the best agent via routing. Then we'll also talk about how to deliver a modern case management and resolution system to your service organization. And last but not least, we will touch the processes and analytics way. And all this in order to improve the agent experience, to personalize the customer experience that you offer, and also to safeguard customer interactions and optimize the agent service operations. Good. Okay, now let's take a look at each use case, starting with delivering omnichannel engagements that help deliver a world-class service. And there are 4 capabilities that are involved in this use case. And an important concept is the self-service topic, and according to the most recent reports, it's really important to have a self-service and to provide it to your customers. Actually, this is one of the top of the mind topic of a lot of service leaders post-pandemic. So every customer is expecting to get his or her responses 24/7 by using a portal or by logging in somewhere and accessing a frequently asked questions document. But actually there is a better way by using a virtual agent, a chatbot. So it's really important to have something to empower your customers to find their answers by their own. So let's look now at the second capability, the Microsoft Power Virtual Agent or the chatbots. Actually, it empowers organization to create such bots in a low-code or no-code way in order to automate routing conversation. And basically, it's really easy to set up such bots, and then these bots can be enabled and also deployed to different channels like the portal, like internal communication message or applications like Microsoft Teams or content CMS systems. It's possible to bring your bots everywhere, and actually such bots can be used in order to respond to simple queries or to give some written conversation to the customers. And when a conversation needs escalation, there is a possibility from the chatbot to escalate the chat to a human agent. So the agent will see the full transcript of the chatbot conversation. So it's not a problem to start and to help. You don't have as an agent to start from scratch. Good, and now it's time for the first demo. So you will see a day in the life of an agent at Contoso coffee machines. I like to help my customers by using different channels. So I'm calling my customers, I'm chatting with the customers. I also receive cases across different channels. And today during the demo, I will show you quickly how I work usually as an agent and how can I receive a new case. Yeah. And for this, I will use the chat as a channel. Good. So first, I'm an agent. You can see I have active cases I'm working with. I'm also available to work on different cases, and maybe if I don't have enough capacity, if my organization policy permits, and yeah, at Contoso we are doing this also this way. So if I don't have capacity to start a case today, what I can do, I can click that case and I can route it. And actually I have the flexibility to route the case to a queue or to a user, depending on where I want. A user can be also a team if I wish, if maybe the support organization is working with teams. But actually what I will do, this case practically is about the temp pressure. So I'm assuming the best queue for this case can be the Contoso coffee support, so technical support, and I'm routing this case. Of course, customer service comes with automatic routing capabilities, but definitely there are in every service organization that percentage of cases that perhaps need a manual routing. Or maybe what happens, for instance, if I'm an agent and tomorrow I have an unplanned vacation, or it's a very, I would say, last minute planned vacation, and I have to send the cases and route the cases to someone else. Good, so I've seen the customer service agent dashboard. Now it's time to show you how I work as an agent for Contoso. So I'm opening my inbox. Actually, I have the same experience as Outlook, so this is great for me. And if I click on one of the cases that I'm currently working, you can see that I'm working on different cases. I have everything that I need on the same place. So I have information about who is my customer, what touch points I had, what is the status. So you can see that this case is in progress. What is the product, and actually if I need more information about the product, what I can do, I can click this Smart Brew product, and as you can see it opens in a new tab. So if I need more details, if I want to recall what I talked to my customer, I can open from timeline one of these records, and I can also open the conversation form. So as you can see, I have everything what I need. Information about the conversation that I had, and even the chat transcript. And if as you can see, it's really hard to read here, but what I can do, I can download the chat transcript, and actually I can open this chat transcript in Excel or as a CSV file in an editor. As an agent, I have flexibility, and by the way, let's not forget about Smart Assist. So based on the transcript, based on the information that I have on the case, you can see that the Smart Assist AI is suggesting me some knowledge articles and also some similar case suggestions. what I can do is to open in a new browser different knowledge base articles. For instance, here, if I don't know too much about descaling, or if I want the clear steps of the descaling process for me as an agent, it's really easy to open such knowledge base article. And similar to cases, so related or similar cases are suggested. For instance, let's take this QuickPot case. I can look at what happened at the case. Maybe I want to see some details about it. If I believe that this is something useful, I can press the button to link to my current case, this case. And you can see that in a few seconds, this was linked to my case. And actually now I can see this as related cases, associated similar cases. You can see now the case that I linked. So what I can do, I can open the cases that I'm currently working. I have them in parallel here, and each of them comes with a browser experience. So I have the sessions pane, I have the tabs pane, which are differently for each of my sessions. So it's important that even if I'm switching back and forth from a case to another, I can work in parallel. I will not lose productivity. Everything what I need will be here. So until now we saw the basics of the customer service workspace, how I as an agent can work at different cases, at different sessions at the same time, how my productivity can be improved, what features I can use in order to get some assistance. Next, I want to make it a little bit more interactive, so I will play the role of Claudia, a customer of Contoso coffee machines. And actually the use case is that I purchased a coffee machine several months ago, but today, this morning, I have some issues with it. I cannot start it, I cannot drink my coffee, and actually I get an error there that something is wrong with the filter. So what I'm doing, because I want a very fast support, so I'm trying to reach out to Contoso coffee machines. I'm opening the customer portal because I think that the best way is to get in contact with someone very fast. And as I'm opening the portal, I see on the right hand side the chat symbol. In a few seconds, I see that a virtual chatbot greeted me. Immediately I see that I can select the product issue, which is exactly why I'm here. And I'm very curious to see what's next. So I'm looking at the products that were suggested to me. So I don't see the product that I purchased. So what I will do next, I will click to talk to an agent. So like I said, it's morning, I'm pretty upset and I want to talk to someone. And the bot mentions that someone will pick up the case, so the escalation to a human agent should happen in a moment. Good, so now I'm switching to the agent view. So I'm the agent working at different cases in my customer service workspace, and I can see that a new chat request pop-up appeared in my system. So what I will do, I will accept this call, and immediately I see that I have a new session that was already pinned on the left hand side for me. I don't have to start from scratch, which is great. As a human agent, I see the conversation that the customer had with the bot. So definitely this helps me understand who I'm talking with. And more than this, I also see that I'm speaking to Claudia. So actually I have all the information I need. Maybe I need some conversation details. How long did Claudia wait to reach me? Maybe what is the queue where this was transferred. I can also see some visitor details, maybe if this is important for me, especially for technical support, in this case to troubleshoot a coffee machine. Well, this is not the case. I see also some related cases from Claudia, which is great because maybe if I have some interest to understand what happened before with the same machine, perhaps I can do it. And actually I also have the timeline and all the conversations that happened between Claudia and my support organization, which is great. So as an agent, what I will do next is to greet my customer, because I want to tell her that someone reached out to her. So what I will do, I will open the templates, because as an agent I want to be super productive. So I'm picking one of the sentences. You are chatting with Alex, how may I help you? And definitely this is the first, I would say, conversation starter. At the same time, as an agent, what I can do is to check the sentiment, which is still neutral, but let's play a little bit with it and imagine that the customer gets really upset. I'm really upset, cannot change the filter, it is already 8 a.m. and I cannot drink my coffee. So please urgently help me. I did some typos, but it's not a problem, because the sentiment analysis, you can see, change it to slightly negative. So what I can do now as an agent, of course, I understand the pain of the customer, I can say, and maybe as an agent I already have some information, I already know what could happen, because I see that the filter change was required and I can say it. So I can propose, or can we double check together some aspects of your machine? Yeah, good. And then as an agent, definitely I have information about agent script. So I greeted already my customer, I verified my customer actually automatically, because Claudia was logged in the portal. I see all the information that I required. And then the next task that I have to do as an agent is to send a KB article. Imagine that I already checked information for my customer, and it's a little bit annoying for her, but definitely because this is the second problem that she had, a machine needs to be changed. So as an agent, what I can do, I can create a new case. And by creating a new case, I can say change coffee machine, and I can also select the subject if required. I will put the default subject, and definitely a new case was created for Claudia in a few clicks, which is really important. The new case, it appears in a new tab, so I will not lose the conversation that I have with my customer. Let's imagine now that my customer is happy. So say thank you very much. I am super happy that you solved my request. Now you can see it's a little bit more positive. So it depends very much on the words. Definitely in this demo we are speaking only about a short transcript for the AI. So as an agent, what I can do, I can also take some notes for it. So replaced a coffee machine, and as you can see, a new note is saved to the timeline, maybe for a future conversation, or maybe when an other agent is reached by Claudia. So it's important to have this kind of conversations. And perhaps maybe if the conversation went in the wrong direction, or maybe if I had to collaborate with someone, I had the possibility to consult myself with another agent from another queue, or actually I can also transfer it. So the good thing is that even if I change the agent or the queue, someone who will pick up the case will know exactly what happened, because they have the conversation, they have the transcript of what happened before, and they have a great view, a 360-degree view of the customer. So what I'm seeing here definitely will be transferred. But this is not the case. So next, Claudia say that the case can be closed. So this is a short example how a customer can reach via the chat the service organization, and furthermore how the virtual agents, or the Power Virtual Agent chatbot, will escalate to a human agent very quickly the case, and actually the human agent can see all the transcript, all the conversation, and at the same page, without going to multiple pages, it's possible to see all the information which is required about the customer and about what need to be serviced. Now it comes something really exciting. So Microsoft recently announced a very exciting feature, the voice channel as a first party omni-channel capability. Now with the voice channel, service organizations can enable agents with the ability to receive or to make calls to a native calling experience with Dynamics 365. So actually you don't need any further integration with third parties. You don't have to follow a very complicated setup process. Everything is seamlessly integrated because the voice channel is using the Azure Communication Service and Microsoft Teams as a tool. So your agents, your users are already familiar or should already be familiar with the tools that it uses. And actually what it can happen, for instance, you have a caller and you need to identify this person. It's really easy to set up a virtual agent, the interactive voice responder bot, for instance, that will handle this kind of inquiries. And if needed, the virtual bot can escalate from the chatbot to a human agent with a very warm handoff, and then the agent will see the full transcript of the conversation and will also get all the important context and also all the important story between what happened with the customer until it reached him or her. So it's a great tool to be used. It's a great channel to use in your organization. And lastly, we have the full spectrum of digital engagement channels. So there are a lot of capabilities that can be used. Like I said, we have the chat, we have the virtual agent, we have the voice channel, SMS, portal. So it's really important to make use of all of these digital engagement channels, and regardless of the channel, the respondents will require the top service. Personalized service, like we said, is really important, and the same experience across the channels, because actually maybe you have customers who start a chat conversation but then they leave their browser and they come back to you with an SMS, with a WhatsApp message, or why not calling you when they are underway. So it's important to deliver such a story, such an experience to your customers. So now that we learned about our first use cases, the capabilities and features, by looking at what are the benefits, so we spoke about what needs to be improved, that reactive customer service should be the history. So poor CSAT scores can be improved by using the self-service tools, by using maybe a portal, by having some chatbots or some IVR bots around the clock that can offer quick support to your customers. Then we had a look at the omnichannel engagements, and I told you how important it is to have a connected experience. So no matter of the channel that is used, your customer needs to receive top support. Don't forget about personalized engagements, and this is great because by using the channels, it's possible to have like the sessions and also translation services, and you see all the information of your customer in real time. And lastly, or last but not least, don't forget about the voice channel and about the agents that can make use of it. Perfect. And by looking first at the Dynamics 365 all-in-one digital contact center, you're looking on the left hand side, we have the customers who are reaching the company across different channels of their choice. Either they are using voice or chat or another channel. It's up to them how they want to interact with the service organization. And as you can see, the self-service capabilities, the Power Virtual Agent as a service is using the capabilities of building chatbots or IVR bots, depending if you are speaking on the chat or on the voice channel. And we will see as the second part of the presentation what happens afterwards. So the intelligent routing capabilities and also the agent's experience as an improvement. But actually, before talking about an intelligent service, I want to bring into your attention the Nuance speech recognition. And actually, this is one of the most important acquisitions Microsoft did in this year, in 2022. So Nuance Communication Design is practically an artificial intelligence applications or a service that comes on top of a contact center. And if we're looking at some of the key features it brings, so first of all, we can speak about voice biometrics. And voice biometrics means that you can identify a person in less than a second, that that person is the actual real person who needs to be authenticated. So just to be clear, you can identify fraudsters, you can identify fake persons in less than 1 second by using voice samples, by using different voice audios and behaviors, and the algorithm is calculating with a success rate of 99% that we are speaking about the real person or a fake person. But this is not everything that Nuance offers. We also speak about behavioral biometrics, and for instance, Nuance can analyze how a person interacts with a website. Imagine that your password was stolen and you have a fraudster who took over your account, and he or she starts authenticating to different channels. Via Nuance, it can be recognized that it's not you as a person, that the real person behind the account is maybe a fraudster who wants to steal something or who is in the middle of an attack. So this is also the second really important when we speak about behavioral biometrics. And thirdly, last but not least, we have the conversational biometrics or the conversation print. And this analyzes how someone is using the language, what words is he or she choosing, what sentence structures. So it's really important to consider this, because this feature, of course, is uniquely capable of proactively spotting hard to detect frauds such as social engineering or mules hired by fraudsters to read from scripts and to steal different passwords or different account or sensitive information. So Nuance is a great addition, and if we're looking at what it brings, so by looking again at the architecture and looking where Nuance fits, so we have it just before the omnichannel engagements. It's a security service that it's extending your applications. It enhances the data process and analytics. So you can think of Nuance that it's a great service to be added to your digital contact center. Okay, so now let's look at unified routing and how we can route cases in an intelligent way. And unified routing is practically a scalable and enterprise-grade routing and assignment capability that can direct the incoming work items to the best suited agent. And we will explore together how it does it. So it smartly detects the context of the situation through the live transcription to the translation services, for instance. Also, the customer sentiment is taken into consideration, and it matches with the agent based on their skill set, on their capacity, also workload and effort estimation. Just to give you an example, for instance, it's important to define the capacity of the agents, and let's say that an agent already has a voice call. Definitely it cannot take another call at the same time, but actually it can also take another type of engagement, for instance a chat. And it also takes the agent current engagement on different channels into account before any new work is assigned to them. So you can route and you can prioritize service requests, and you can create a unified view or workforce utilization among channels. Now that you saw the detailed view of the routing process, so here is how it fits in the end-to-end journey on the digital contact center. So we learned previously the use case when your customers are looking at different channels. Then we have the self-service capabilities. Well, intelligent routing is next in the middle of the page. Good. So now let's look at the third use case on how to modernize case management and also the resolution process. And this capability is really important, and we will detail it from a 3 points perspective. So first of all, we speak about Microsoft Teams and how you can collaborate. Secondly, about a holistic customer view and what are the benefits of using a 360-degree view. And last but not least, knowledge management, and from a knowledge management perspective. So first of all, the pandemic changed how people work and actually also how the service agents work. Before, we had the service agents, the support teams within the same office were very close to each other, but the pandemic made that everyone has his or her own space at home usually, and collaboration is remote. And definitely tools for collaboration and for communication, actually also in real time, not only, for instance, only the email, are really, really important. And that's why we have the Microsoft Teams capability. So as you can see on the screen, you can embed Microsoft Teams conversations within Dynamics Customer Service. You have the possibility as an agent to collaborate, to work together with your colleagues, and actually they will have access to the same session or to the same interaction with the customer in real time. So you don't have to copy paste, you don't have to explain or to start from scratch with your colleagues. No, this is not the case. Actually, you find everything. They can also access Dynamics Customer Service. The second capability that we're speaking is the importance of a holistic customer view, and actually Dynamics Customer Service empowers a 360-degree view, an end-to-end view where the agent can see all the interactions, all the journey, everything what happened with the customer is there. So in this way, you as an agent, you will not lose time to switch back and forth or looking at different apps in order to find the relevant information. Lastly, we speak about knowledge management, and this is a very important part of the customer service process. It gives a lot of accuracy and up-to-date information, and in this way it helps agents reduce the average handling time. Agents can quickly search for relevant knowledge articles while working on a case, or even we have the Smart Assist that delivers AI suggested knowledge articles with similar cases without switching the apps. So in this way the agent can see on the right hand side everything what he or she needs, maybe some knowledge based articles, some frequently asked question documents, or even related cases. So agents can view and interact with the AI generated knowledge articles. They can also send the links or see some scripts and also use some macros of it. So I want to showcase to you in a very short demo the Smart Assist and how Smart Assist works. So I'm in the Omnichannel app. You can see that I already opened the previously created case, the change required or the change requirement case for Claudia, and you can see that there are some similar case suggestions. For this one, there is no knowledge article suggestions, but I have some case or similar cases that the AI believes that I as an agent would benefit of. If I'm opening another case, for instance this Cafe S100 semi-automatic case, you can see that we have both knowledge article suggestions and also similar case suggestions. And in order to wrap up the benefits, so as an agent, you have the capability to collaborate by using Microsoft Teams with coworkers, with SMEs, with other experts. You see everything you need in a 360 view of your customers. So if you need to see related cases, different touch points, maybe other information like knowledge-based articles, this is very easily to be found on the same page. And actually the Smart Assist will guide you and will help you via research. Maybe you are looking for a knowledge-based article, or maybe you find the information on a related case. Smart Assist is your friend here, and customers in return get consistent and personalized service. So all in all, it's a win for the agent, for the service organization, and of course for your customers. Good. So let's take a look now at the agent experience and all the tools and features that are available for him or her at her fingertips. So we spoke about unified routing. We learned what it does, how you can use it, and how cases or touch points with the customers are routed intelligently. Basically, maybe the best or the most suitable agent will pick up a case based on some filters or based on some criteria that you select, maybe some skills, maybe the effort estimation, availability, or so on. Then we spoke about the real-time transcription and translation services. So the conversation with your customers is there, no matter if the touch point starts with an virtual agent and then is transferred to a human agent, or maybe different co-workers need to collaborate with each other. It's not a problem because the session transcription is there, and if needed, also translation services can be enabled. Thirdly, we speak about the real-time sentiment analysis, and actually this is great because you see in real time the emotion of your customers. So actually maybe you need a coworker or you need a manager to take over your case in order to improve the customer sentiment. You see in real time how everything behaves here. Then we have Smart Assist, and Smart Assist is a great engine to recommend some relevant content in order to solve the case, maybe a knowledge base article or a related case. And about case management, so cases are assigned and they will need to be resolved. So definitely it's important for an agent to see maybe similar issues based on the latest context, or perhaps maybe a case that was linked will help you as an agent solve quicker the current case you are working on. Last but not least, we have Microsoft Teams integration. So agents can collaborate with other colleagues, with SMEs, with supervisors, and everyone sees the same holistic customer view without losing any context of the customer's history, engagement cases, and all the touch points. It's in one place and you can find them very, very easily. Okay, and by looking again to Dynamics all-in-one digital contact center architecture, we can see now the agent experience, which is practically the fourth pillar of our architecture. It improves the case management and also the resolution time, and Microsoft Teams is a great tool or service in order to foster the collaboration within your organization. Okay, so now we have the last use case, how to deliver data-driven processes and analytics. And we have two capabilities that drive this use case. So first we speak about real-time analytics. We speak about gathering rich insights and analytics and also display them both to customer service managers or to agents, supervisors, in order to allow them to make better decisions. And in this way, they can proactively improve customer satisfaction. And what's important to be mentioned is that these reports are out of the box available. So you as an administration or as a supervisor, you don't have to create own reports. No, Dynamics Customer Service with Omnichannel comes with this suite of reports and analytics where you can see the average customer satisfaction. You can see, for instance, the number of open cases, the sentiment scores, even in real time. You can see what's happening in your service organization. Other important metrics that might be of interest for service managers or maybe also VP for service are how fast the cases also are solved, what are the key operational and support metrics. So all of this are really, really important for the decision makers in order to identify opportunities for improvement actually. And secondly, we have the conversational analytics with the conversational dashboards that give you a comprehensive overview of the KPIs and the insights of your service organization. So actually you as a service manager or a supervisor, you can drill down to view maybe individual agent performance, maybe have some benchmarking, maybe to see overall teams or groups KPIs across selected channels. So you have the flexibility to see such analytics, like I said, out of the box reports by including average length of time in conversations and average response time per each session if you want. So this is a quick drill down and a quick glance. You can see everything, but definitely you have the capability to filter across channels. Let's say you want to see only the voice channel and you want to see like the queues and the work streams that are using the voice channel. This is possible. Or maybe you want to filter some agents or some data ranges from start and end. It's possible to do it with these out of the box reports. And by looking at the benefits of this last use case, reporting and analytics, so as a supervisor or as a manager, you see all the time historical reporting that will allow you to track improvement and improve the customer satisfaction. Then you have access to out-of-the-box reporting, so you don't need a special license, you don't need skills to build these reports in order to see what's happening at your service organization, what's the image of your service. You see the average customer satisfaction, sentiments, resolution time, and many more. It's easy to filter. You don't have to go into like a lot of apps or reporting tools. Everything is in one place. So as a supervisor or a service manager, for you it's important to have the latest picture, the real-time picture of what has happened within your service organization. And as you can see, as the summary of what is happening inside your service organization, you can explore very quickly the incoming cases, the active cases, what is the escalation rate, and last but not least, the average customer satisfaction score and what's happening with it. Is it going up or down? And actually for you, it's really important maybe to filter. So perhaps maybe you want to filter to the last 10 days or the channels that you want to have a look. As you can see in real time, the data is changing, and the case volume trends help you as a service manager to make some maybe predictions for the future, some forecasting. You can also see the number of the incoming cases based on the channel. Perhaps you can see some spikes in different social media channels. And last but not least, it's important for you to also see the top 10 volume topics. So as a supervisor, I want to see what are the emerging case volumes, what are the topics, in order to prepare my agents, in order to make better forecasting in the future. And the split is possible to be done via the channels. As you can see, the last report here allows me to see very quickly how are the customers reaching me out and what are the trends of it. And if I want to drill down, I'm the team manager, and I want to see from an agent perspective what's happening with my team. You can see that I have a good picture of how many cases are currently assigned to different agents, how many were resolved, and what is the customer satisfaction. And this is great because in this way I can have some benchmarking with other teams or maybe with the standards. So it's really important for me to have access to real-time information about it. And for me as a supervisor or a service manager, it's really important to understand the topics. Maybe there are new features that were added. Maybe I have launched new products on the market and I see some spikes in some issues here. So definitely this is a metric that interests me, and in this way I can also predict better what are the next steps in order to improve the customer satisfaction. So what needs to be done in order to have the same or improve the same customer satisfaction. Then the customer service workspace comes with another important analytics reporting capabilities, the knowledge analytics. And here I have the article insights. depending on the knowledge base articles that my agents are accessing, or perhaps also my customers are accessing via a portal, I can see what's the feedback about it, how many visitors I had on my portal, how many views. So it's great to understand where to put more effort in creating additional articles, in creating knowledge base articles for the agents, for the customers. And this is a great metric and information for me as a manager to understand where to put more effort in documenting what needs to be done, so that my customers can find this kind of articles on a portal. So self-service channel will be improved. In this way, perhaps I will not get so many requests. Or if I'm using the chatbots like we saw, this is a great capability for them to make suggestions or to have some Q&A sessions, so that my customers who are reaching me out can find the responses at their own, and there will be no need to escalate to a human agent. And also important is the search term insights, because I can see what my customers are looking by visiting the portal, and maybe I need to create additional knowledge base articles. Maybe I have to have a better organic search. Why not? I can also see what terms results did not get any result. I can see none of them. So in this sample data reporting, then we are good. We don't have to create additional knowledge base articles. But usually if you see here some search terms that are not generating any KB articles, it would be good to create some documentation out of it. And again, also the 20 search terms with low engagement rate. Again, it's important to see and to have a look on this one in order to improve the information that customers can find. And the third report which is available is the omnichannel historical analysis, and this reflects how the customers is reaching me or how my agents are reaching out to customers. So it's only the omnichannel experience. We can see some general metrics about the conversations that my service organization has, the abandoned rate, which is really important, and again we have the customer satisfaction score. I can see also the differences between inbound and outbound conversations that my agents are producing, and very important is also the abandoned rate, because in this way I can understand if customers maybe are unhappy, if the average speed to answer is way above the benchmark. But as we can see here, it's pretty consistent, so we have a very good, I would say, speed to answer time, average conversation sentiment, which is really important to see if there are some customers who maybe get upset during the conversations with the agents, and what are the volume topics here. Because maybe if I see as a supervisor that there are some topics that come more often, it would be better to understand if I can train a bot, or if I can put some KB articles on the portal so that the customers can find them as a self-service, to reduce the time. It's also important to understand the conversation metrics by channel, because by different channels, perhaps the service organization has different waiting times or abandon rates, or even the resolution times. So definitely you have to understand everything and to see what's more efficient and what produces more satisfaction for your customers. And a great example is that you can also drill down and you can go to see, for instance, the different omnichannel experience on the different queues that are available. Perhaps maybe there are differences between the product support and the sales conversations that are produced. There's also possibility to drill down on the agent level. So if you are a team manager, you understand how the agents are performing. Maybe if they need more training, to understand if there are some needs to swarm, to have the agents work together, to understand that some of the topics that are solved, or some of the cases that are solved by the agents, can be solved by bots in the future, in order to offset a little bit how agents are working and to reduce the human agent time spent in resolutions. And we also have the topics covered. So again, similar to the customer service workspace, we have the conversations. We can see what are the most asked questions. For instance, the coffee machine doesn't work, or the customer cannot sign on the mobile. In this way, as a supervisor, as a service manager, perhaps it would be good to have some documentation created for these topics. Good. So these are the reporting capabilities of the customer service omni-channel experience. And actually there is a way also to extend the insights and the reporting capabilities of your service organization in order to have this kind of omni-channel insights for Dynamics 365. You can see I already have them enabled. I will show you in a second how to do and how to enable them. But basically you can see that I have a Power BI dashboard that has different information about the cases that I received, what is the waiting time in minutes, the sentiment. I don't have so many information, I don't have so many sample data, but actually the message here is that you can create your own insights Power BI dashboards, and it works also with the sentiment analysis. So by looking at the second dashboard, so the omnichannel sentiment analysis, here you can see more information about what happened from a sentiment perspective, who was the agent who received the case, maybe what is the rank order. The clear message was here that you can enable this kind of extension. So if you want, you can have additional reporting. So you go to your Power BI dashboard, and in your Power BI organization, you can enable the omnichannel insights for Dynamics 365. Once you do it, you will see some sample reports. You connect to your organization, and then you practically have a Power BI report and a data set for which you can also embed dashboards in Dynamics 365. As a prerequisite, so you need to have the Power BI dashboard integration enabled and a Power BI Pro license. But you can read more about it by visiting the official docs.microsoft.com, where you can find how to configure the Omnichannel Insights dashboards page. And by looking at the benefits of this last use case, reporting and analytics, so as a supervisor or as a manager, you see all the time historical reporting that will allow you to track improvement and improve the customer satisfaction. Then you have access to out-of-the-box reporting, so you don't need a special license, you don't need skills to build these reports in order to see what's happening at your service organization, what's the image of your service. You see the average customer satisfaction, sentiments, resolution time, and many more. It's easy to filter. You don't have to go into like a lot of apps or reporting tools. Everything is in one place. So it's a great thing that we are speaking about one platform with unified data across channels. And now with data process and analytics, as you can see on the right hand side, we have completed our Dynamics all-in-one digital contact center architecture. This is the fourth journey or the use case that we presented. It's really important to consider that even if you have everything what is needed here, definitely maybe you want to extend customer service. Maybe you are thinking about Power BI or customer insights. Maybe you have some service and you want to send some service and you want to go with the Dynamics Customer Voice solution. And last but not least, don't forget about Power Platform. So all these are great tools to be added, and in this way you can extend your service organization. And just to sum up, so when we compare Microsoft against other competitors that offer different solutions, As you can see on this table, Microsoft offers a holistic view on end-to-end digital contact center solution. It has the platform of Dynamics 365, only one solution that also is seamlessly integrated with the voice channel, with Microsoft Teams, and with all other services that we spoke about. Yeah, so it's really important to think about capabilities. We touched also about the security aspects with Nuance. We talked about reporting that is embedded, and it can be enhanced or extended if needed with Power BI. But actually, for most of the organizations, when speaking about service organizations, the analytics and dashboards that are out of the box available can be a great start. Okay, so to bring you back to the value and the pillars that bring value in your service organization, so we spoke about these 4 use cases that will help you achieve a personalized customer experience. You can elevate employee effectiveness by improving the agent experience, and last but not least, you're optimizing the service operations, and you also have the analytics and dashboards in real time in order to see how your service organization improves. So when service is connected, actually everyone wins, and the customer will receive a personalized, consistent experience. The customers have the possibility to use a self-service tool, maybe a portal, maybe a chatbot or an IVR bot that you are putting in favor of the customers. Then agents can be helped in order to have a better productivity. Simple questions or simple queries will not reach them anymore. There are some filtering based on the bots that you are putting in place. With the service cases that reach them, definitely they can use the smart AI in order to gain some time when they are doing some research. We speak about supervisors improvements, so they can take better decision and also improve the customer satisfaction by looking at analytics and dashboards that are available out of the box. If there is something that they can do, they can also see the sentiment of the customers in real time. And actually, for instance, if an agent has a problem with one of the customers, he or she can help, can enter the chat or at least help from the background. And last but not least, don't forget about admins. Service admins will cherish because they only have one platform to administer, to customize, to configure. So it eliminates the fragile integrations or the need to synchronize data. Everything is one place. We speak about Dataverse as the data source. We spoke about how all the services work together in order to deliver the best service. And as a summary, so with this all-in-one digital contact center, you can decrease your case backlog, you can have a better resolution time, so decrease also the average time of solving the requests in this way, because you already offset some of the work by using the virtual agents, the chatbots. It's possible to work with fewer agents that don't feel any more overwhelmed, and agents that will be helped by AI, like smart AI, to see some related cases or knowledge articles in order to be used when they have to do some research, when they have to find some information about the customers. And last but not least, all of this will improve the customer service experience of your customers and also improve the first call resolution time. So by looking at what does it mean for you, so you are shifting from a fragile integrations perspective, you are moving to an all-in-one digital contact center based on the Dynamics platform. We are moving to a Microsoft Cloud solution that is seamlessly integrated across different platforms. We talked about the voice as a first-party channel. We talked about the portal that can be used, and also about a true omni-channel experience, and last but not least also analytics and insights, which are really important for you. So I hope this presentation allows you to understand better what Dynamics customer service offers, what are the different channels that can be used, and what are the services that you can implement in order to create your digital contact center. So thank you very much for your time and for your attention. It was a pleasure for me. I wish you a great day and a happy service. Bye bye.